Hello and welcome back to Coin Matters channel. We'll be covering a lot of ground in today's video, but don't worry, everything will eventually come together. Gary Gensler is solely to blame for the current state of affairs in the crypto community. However, the tide is poised to turn, and we may soon see the stock market's move of the century. In the past 4 days, the Walton family, who owns Walmart, has traded off equities valued more than $401.327 million. That's a major warning sign. In a tweet sent to Trump revealed the news. Do the Waltons have any idea what's going on? Due to the prevalence of insider trading, I wouldn't put too much stock in the market. However, the cryptocurrency market has also seen its share of unexpected shifts and fluctuations. While the majority of people pay close attention to the news, the best course of action when dealing with the stock market these days is to follow the paper trail. Why? Simply said, the truth can be found there. Since their goal is to prevent regular traders like you from making money in the markets, almost everything you hear in the news is likely to be untrue. The SEC's aggressive actions against the cryptocurrency industry are just one example of how the SEC has declared war on the sector. You'd be forgiven for thinking that the crypto realm is the Wild West if you followed the headlines. But what is happening in the shadows? BlackRock, one of the world's top asset managers with over $8 trillion in assets under management, is a major buyer of Bitcoin. You may read about it in this tweet by Travis. He claims that BlackRock, one of the world's top asset managers, is putting a lot of money into Bitcoin. BlackRock manages more than $8 trillion in assets. Once making substantial crypto investments last year, they pulled back once the SEC began cracking down on the industry. Now they have a lot riding on Bitcoin. In what ways are they ahead of us? So as they try to scare you away from the cryptocurrency market, they are actively purchasing. BlackRock, Bank of America, and Fidelity are just some of the major U.S. financial institutions that made secret purchases of Bitcoin in the first quarter of 2023, while the SEC was busy litigating Binance and Coinbase. For all I know, they could be lying. MicroStrategy's main shareholders in the first quarter of 2023 include many major financial institutions that have been amassing sizable holdings of the company's stock. Identical MicroStrategy, right there. With 140,000 Bitcoin, they are the largest Bitcoin institution holder. More than $3 billion is at stake here. In light of the current SEC litigation and Operation Choke, this raises some questions. Since there is no electronic funds transfer, EFT, in the United States, some U.S. investors find that purchasing shares of MicroStrategy is the simplest way to gain exposure to the price of Bitcoin. Dig in here with me. It appears that they made a single, large purchase. What's more, even Canadian investors are getting in on the action. In addition, we can see that in 2023, the sixth largest bank in Canada invested over $500,000 in MicroStrategy. Why are so many financial institutions engaging in this practice? Bitcoin has dropped in value by 60% by the beginning of 2023. Since the large banks are buying in despite the negative coverage, it makes me wonder what the real motivation of the regulatory body coming after crypto is. Why do this now, and why target household names like Coinbase in particular? This is an intriguing tweet on the same topic. Finally, Ripple, Binance, and Coinbase have their chance to defeat the SEC. The SEC is not operating appropriately in the crypto realm. Thus these three groups need to work together to bring it down. The other piece of news is that Binance US has filed a response to the SEC's temporary restraining order over its financial accounts. Thank goodness, Binance US is making rapid progress, and soon the SEC's conflict with Binance will be over. Any sane person, however, would have already moved their cryptocurrency away from exchanges and into cold storage. That's for your own protection, of course. Even if Binance goes down, the cryptocurrency industry as a whole will survive. Even with the SEC's crackdown on Binance and Coinbase, the cryptocurrency industry is likely to persevere. Of course, the cryptocurrency market could crash, but that's not the point. Therefore, do not keep your cryptocurrency in a trading platform. Simply said, that's a terrible plan. Stop right now. The court has given Binance permission to resume normal business operations. We will not be placing a freeze on American funds. Binance needs to submit a report detailing the company's outgoings. The judge also mandated that Binance and the SEC come to terms to protect Binance's U.S. holdings. Breaking against Binance, the SEC hearing the court does not issue the asset freeze requested by the SEC. The judge suggests the parties confer and try to reach a compromise order by Thursday. The judge seems to have understood that the situation wasn't actually dire. I've heard that the judge asked the SEC's attorneys for proof that Binance customers in the United States had transferred money or other assets outside of the country. In fact, they hadn't even tried. None. Binance and Binance both win round one. That metal lawman tune again. The SEC hearing sounds like it will. The SEC situation with Binance was even worse than I had anticipated. CoinDesk reports that the court was quite frustrated with the SEC's attorneys due to their stubbornness on the freeze order. The judge was particularly annoyed that the SEC couldn't provide a straightforward response to the question of whether or not assets belonging to U.S. customers had been moved overseas. It's shocking that I've asked all of you SEC lawyers this, but history suggests that the SEC is also prepared for this possibility, even if it's evident they may not have the proof they're likely to go after. This is due to the fact that Binance has already retained legal counsel to defend it against criminal charges. Furthermore, the SEC may have already filed a criminal indictment against Binance, as per this tweet by John Reed. Prepare for the worst and remove your cryptocurrency from Binance immediately. This tweet is somewhat lengthy, but I'll summarize the key points for you. In addition, it has been widely publicized that U.S. criminal authorities are investigating Binance and Zhao, as the SEC notes in its memorandum of support. It's clear that the SEC is cooperating with law enforcement officials like the FBI, but beyond that, we know very little. Money laundering was not a primary concern in either the CFTC or SEC case. In my perspective, that's the legal territory that's been set aside for a criminal prosecution of Binance by the U.S. Department of Justice. According to my analysis, the U.S. Department of Justice is collaborating with the Securities and Exchange Commission, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and a number of informants and whistleblowers. Fail not at your peril in the next axe to fall, which is the filing or unsealing of criminal charges relating to Binance. I don't know what else you'd need to see to realize that Binance is about to fail. Be careful. Remove your crypto from exchanges and only trade with what you have. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Not here without you, you're essential. Please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you have alerts turned on so you know when we release new pieces of incredible content. Bye.